Daytime Ottawa from 1310 News. Christy Cameron joining us. Welcome back to the show. We're just having a conversation already with our next guests who are helping raise awareness for autism. And a young boy came up with a great idea, and a lot of people have come on board, including our next guest. We're joined by Gary Latendresse. He's an Ottawa ambassador for Traveling with Tico. Welcome to the show, Gary. Great to have you here.
Thank you.
Mike Roy, a photographer and who has been helping take these wonderful shots of Tico. But wanted to start off, Gary, talking about a young man at 9 years old. Dorian decided he wanted to do something to raise awareness. To share some of his story with us.
With autism, you know, there's always a stigma. You know, people think, you know, well, I'd rather have distanced myself from somebody like that because they're taking fits in the store or whatever. And Dorian came up with this idea to use his plush polar bear, Tico, to raise autism awareness. That although on his shirt it does say it's okay to be different, but in my opinion, and this is my view, not the view of the family, is they're not different.
Yeah.
They have a neurological disorder to which they comprehend things differently than we do, but they're still human beings, and we should not treat them differently. And Dorian wants to send that message out by having people take Tico on vacation with them and talk to other people and say, listen, you know, autism is nothing to be scared of. You know, just because we're seeing things in a different light, we understand things differently, you know, doesn't mean that you cannot be my friend.
Right. So part of the responsibility then for the person that takes Tico with them is not just to take photos, but to share some of Dorian's story and to help raise awareness for autism.
Yes, and the more people we can reach, then sooner or later everybody's going to understand what autism is really about.
Right. And so you're an Ottawa ambassador. How did you get involved in the whole effort?
It was kind of weird how this all started. I was watching CJOH News, and they aired Dorian's story.
Okay.
I used to be a roadie for a famous rock band, and it just so happens they were going on a little concert date. So I thought, well, what a great way to raise awareness, let Tico go on this gig with them. And so I talked to Les Emerson of Five Man Electrical Band to get his permission, and if he would allow Tico to go with them. And he said, of course, and in fact, he even knows somebody who's autistic.
Wow.
So I contacted the family and I asked if we can get Tico, and so he can go on to this concert date. And of course, they were thrilled. And the ironic thing of all this is Dorian, when he grows up, he wants to be a musician. So
You're kidding.
You started something.
Yeah. And so Tico went on the concert date, and what I hear was he was the highlight of the whole show.
That's amazing. So, Mike, how did you get involved then, starting to take some of these photographs with Tico and some of the personalities?
Well, Gary had gotten in touch with me for I'm doing a book about the old Ogilvy building.
Oh, really?
And he had seen some of the photos I'd taken and asked me if I wanted to do this. We started with Justin Trudeau and it just worked our way around from there.
Yeah.
Well, we have some of the photos,
yes,
actually.
I was looking at some of them last night. It seems like Tico has met a lot of celebrities, lots of important people.
And Justin had fun with Tico. I mean, he really played it up.
They're having a conversation there.
And the thing was, he is the one that came up with those ideas.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So Dorian himself came up. You know, can you track somebody down like Trudeau and Jim Watson?
No, that was my.
How did you get involved with getting some of these people?
Well, what happened was, Tico was in my possession. I ended up contacting Trudeau's office and the mayor's office, and when I started getting those pictures taken, that's when Dorian's mom, Christine, asked me if my wife Tracy and I would become Ottawa ambassadors, and we were tickled pink. You know, and it's just been snowballing ever since. You know, I've been using my influence in the music business to try and get even more photos with celebrities and so forth, and it's been turning out great.
Yeah, we saw a photo there with Randy Bachman, and then here you have the Cooper brothers, Brian and Dick Cooper.
With Les Emerson.
With Les Emerson of the Five Man Electrical Band. Sass Jordan here. It's amazing some of the people that you were able to... Look
Rick
at that.
Mercer.
Wow.
Oh, this was cracking up the Capitol, so you were able to get into there and get some of the great comedians.
Yeah.
Oh, she's great.
And
Walsh.
Patrick McKenna and Mary Walsh were the hosts of the night.
That's right.
The MCs, and Mike McDonald, great guy.
Absolutely fabulous personality.
The thing with him was, and this even shocked me, is he used to be a teacher for autistic children.
Yes, I remember when Mike was on he talked about that too, because we all know his struggles, and not just his struggles with getting the liver transplant, but he suffered some mental health issues as well over the years. So he's a big supporter of autism and mental health. Another interesting thing was, I think Dorian was giving his own personal bear, right, to people,
Yes.
and then that turned into the company that makes the bears stepped up.
Gans, who makes the bear, ended up saying, okay, that's enough. No more bringing your bear. We're going to donate so many bears and reach more people at the same time. So now I think there's just over 100 bears that
Wow.
are
That's amazing.
floating
That's
around.
incredible. That must be incredible for him to see that too, and to see some of these pictures. I was looking through them. There's one of Tico skydiving.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know. It's really incredible, and he's been everywhere. He's been to multiple different countries, right?
Oh yeah, like all over the world, and his message is getting across.
Yeah.
It takes time, but it's getting there.
Gary, if somebody's interested, they're going, like for instance, I'm going on vacation. My wife and I are going on our honeymoon to Mexico. How could I get Tico to come with us and we could help?
He's got his own Facebook page called Traveling Tico, because the actual whole cause is Traveling Tico, raising autism awareness together. And you can. They also have travelingtico.com.
Okay.
And one great thing is Dorian's mom, Christine. I mean, she is just doing remarkable things with this cause. And now through somebody else who's into the heart and stroke, they actually now have a foundation called ticotravels.org, where you could donate, and the money goes towards brain health.
Wonderful idea. Well,
great.
I will contact Dorian's mother, Christine, and
Yeah.
we'll try to get a hold of Tico before we leave. Thank you so much for joining us, guys.
Oh, you're
Really
welcome.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
As Gary said, you can visit those websites or the Facebook page to find out more information how you can get involved in helping to raise awareness for autism. Don't go away, because Kevin Callan, the Happy Camper, coming up right after the break. Oh boy, buckle
yeah.
up. It's going to be fun. We'll be back with that right after this.